What's up, guys? It's Richie here with your Saturday football. These are the primetime games for Week 7 of college football. Started off with USC and Notre Dame. USC's coming off a bye. The last game was a 28-14 loss to Washington. They had a bunch of turnovers. Matt Fink, 163 passing, 1 touchdown through 3 interceptions. They did run for 212 though as a team, so they want to get that going against Notre Dame. They had 3 interceptions and 3 turnovers. They need to cut that out against Notre Dame. Notre Dame's coming off a 52-0 win over Bowling Green. Ian Book, 16-22, 61, 5 touchdown passes. Tony Jones ran for 102. Javon McKinley, 5 catches, 104 and a touchdown. And their defense allowed 228 yards. I'm calling upset here. USC, I don't know what it is. I mean, I really like Notre Dame, but this USC offense, no matter who's in there, it seems to put points as long as Fink doesn't turn it over. I think USC is going to upset Notre Dame here. All right, a big Big Ten game in primetime, Penn State and Iowa. Penn State, one of the best offenses in the country against Iowa, one of the best defenses in the country. Penn State's coming off a 35-7 win over Purdue. Quarterback Sean Clifford passed for 264, 3 touchdowns, and ran for 33 yards and another touchdown. Noah Kane ran for 105 and a touchdown. The defense had 10 sacks in the game. Shaq and Tony had 3 of them. They had 3 turnovers. They only allowed 104 yards of total offense. So their defense can get after it as well. Whereas I was coming off a 10-3 loss to Michigan. Both offenses were terrible in the game. But Nate Stanley, he passed for 260, but he had 3 interceptions, which ended up costing them the game. They only had 1 rushing yard because they were sacked 8 times. Think about that. Penn State had 10. Iowa allowed 8 against Michigan, and they turned it over 4 times. Iowa did. I think Penn State may be one of the best teams in the country. I think Penn State should win this game. It'll be pretty close because the defense for Iowa is good. And Nate Stanley's a possible first round, second round kind of pick quarterback for Iowa. But I still think Penn State's a really, really good team. All right, Louisville and Wake Forest, a big-time ACC game. Wake Forest is actually undefeated and ranked. In Louisville, they're 3-2. They're really good this year. I'm not quite going to call an upset here, but this should be a pretty high-scoring, fun game to watch. Louisville's coming off a 41-39 shootout against Boston College. Both quarterbacks played in the game. Both played really well. Michael Cunningham, 13 of 18, 288 and a touchdown, and ran for 43 yards and a touchdown. Evan Conley came in 10 of 16, 140 and a touchdown. Hawkins ran for 172 and a touchdown. They had 3 guys go over 100 yards receiving, 3 of them. Seth Dawkins, 6 catches, 170, a touchdown. Tutu Atwell, 8 catches, 110, and Des Fitzpatrick, 5 catches, 108, and a touchdown. They had 664 yards. The defense had 2 turnovers, but did allow 563 yards. Wake Forest has one of the best offenses in the country. They're coming off a bye. Coincidentally enough, their last game was a win against Boston College before their bye. They beat them 27-24. Jamie Newman, 243 passing, 2 touchdowns, and ran for 102. The defense had 2 turnovers, but allowed 533 yards. So both offenses can put up points, and both defenses can put up nothing. So, this could be a shootout. I don't know why in my head I don't think so, but I'm going to go Wake Forest here. But this actually should be an awesome game to watch. Nebraska and Minnesota, a pretty decent game in the Big Ten. Nebraska is weird. They're 4-2, but I don't know. Nebraska, they're coming off a 13-10 win over Northwestern. Adrian Martinez didn't play that well. Their best player and the best player on the field, and one of the best players in the Big Ten, if not in the country, is Wan'Dale Robinson. He had 7 catches for 123 and ran for 44 yards and a touchdown as well. Whereas Minnesota demolished Illinois 40-17. Minnesota's undefeated. They're 5-0. They're not ranked though. They killed Illinois 40-17. Tanner Morgan, 155, but he did pass 3 touchdowns. They ran for 332 yards rushing, and 2 guys go over 100. In fact, Rodney Smith went for 211 and a touchdown, and Shannon Brooks went for 111 and a touchdown. Their defense had 3 sacks and only allowed 248 yards in this game. Nebraska's weird. I don't know. They win when they should. I don't know. Minnesota has pulled out some winners here. It really depends on Adrian Martinez. I think he was hurt in that game, if I'm not mistaken. He was hurt, and I think he should play. I don't know. I'm gonna go Minnesota here, but that might be close. All right, Arkansas and Kentucky. This may be close, but because they both suck. Arkansas coming off, actually both teams coming off bye weeks. Arkansas's last game was a 31-27 loss to Texas A&M. Nick Starkel started the game, passed for a 109 pick, then he got hurt. Then Ben Hicks came in, 188 and a touchdown. They actually outgained Texas A&M 395 yards to 340. The defense had 4 sacks, 2 turnovers, and did have a fumble return for a touchdown. Whereas Kentucky sucked against South Carolina. They lost 24-7. Sawyer Smith was a terrible 11 of 32 for 90 yards and 1 pick. They only had 212 yards of offense. The defense did have 3 sacks, but I might actually go with Arkansas here. It seems like they can actually kind of move the ball, and Kentucky cannot. Alright, then the next game is Navy-Tulsa, really big American Athletic Conference game. Navy's actually 3-1 right now. They're coming off a nice back-and-forth game, a win against Air Force, 34-25. Malcolm Perry, 144 passing and ran for 111 and 2 touchdowns, and the winning touchdown with like 23 seconds left. The defense, they did have 3 turnovers, so Navy's going to have to clean that up. Defense did force 3 turnovers, and they had a fumble return for a touchdown, but it was at the end when Air Force was trying to do a bunch of laterals and Navy pounced on it with pretty much no time left. Whereas Tulsa, man, they let a big one slip through their fingers. They had a 30-9 lead on a ranked undefeated SMU team in the 4th quarter and let SMU come all the way back. They tie it at 30. They go to overtime, right? They go to overtime. They both score touchdowns in the first overtime. Second overtime, SMU turns the ball over first, which means Tulsa just needs a field goal, and they win, and their kicker missed the field goal. Not only that, earlier in the game, he'd missed 2 field goals and had a blocked extra point. In fact, they had 2 kickers in mind, because on the kick that Tulsa missed, that kicker got hurt, so they go to the next overtime. Tulsa gets the ball first. The backup kicker missed it. First play, SMU walk-off touchdown, throws a 25-yard touchdown pass to James Prochet. Awesome catch, by the way. And SMU escapes with a 43-37 victory. I mean, Zach Smith, the quarterback for Tulsa, 346, 4 touchdowns. He did throw 3 interceptions, so that hurt them as well. Keelan Stokes, 5 catches, 101 and 2 touchdowns. They put up 500 yards of offense. They actually outgained SMU. The defense forced 2 turnovers and had a fumble return for a touchdown. It should be a really interesting game. Tulsa is much better than their 2-3 record. Probably should be 3-2. And Navy, this could be another shootout. I'm not sure to go here, man, because Navy, it looks like they're good. It looks like they're triple option offensive back. But Tulsa's shown they can move the ball as well. It's in Tulsa, but man, I'll go with Navy here. Yeah, I'll go with Navy. All these games, man, today. This Saturday games are awesome, like all around the board. You'll see coming up. In fact, the next game, primetime game day, is going to be in Baton Rouge for the Gators and LSU. The Gators are coming off a 24-13 win over Auburn. Kyle Trask, 234, 2 touchdowns to Michael P. Ryan, 130 rushing and a touchdown. Freddie Swain, 6 catches, 146 and a touchdown. They had 398 yards. They had 4 turnovers there. They need to fucking turn that off. They can't turn it over at all against LSU. LSU is the number 1 scoring offense in the country. The Gators are the number 4 scoring defense in the country. And LSU is like a top 30 defense. And the Gators suck on all that shit. Suck on offense, right? So let's look at here. Scoring defense. Both, right? LSU, 54 points a game. The Gators are at number 53, right? So, actually, they're a little bit better than I thought they were. And then LSU, Florida's defense is, it says 5th. Technically, it's 4th because Ohio State are tied for 3rd. 4th in the nation in scoring defense, where LSU is 29th in scoring defense. So, it's just that I can't see the Gators keeping up with LSU, who beat Utah State 42-6. Joe Burrow 344, 5 touchdowns. 600 yards of offense. I don't know. I got LSU in this game. I'm a Gator fan. I want the Gators to win. For the Gators to win, they need to get the running game going to keep the LSU's offense off the field. They need turnovers, and turnovers are key to any game, especially a game where your offense needs all the help they can get, which the Gators do. Kyle Trask was hurt a number, but he actually came back and finished. He probably should be okay. He doesn't really run a whole lot anyway. But I got LSU there, but it'll be an interesting game. All right, a Pac-12 battle. Ranked Utah taking on Oregon State. Utah's coming off a bye. The last game was a 38-13 win over Washington State. Tyler Huntley, 334 passing, 2 touchdowns, and ran for 2 more. Brian Thompson, 4 catches, 111. They put up 526 yards. The defense had 2 turnovers, and they only allowed 313 yards to Washington State. Washington State has top offense, or one of the top offenses in the country. Oregon State demolished UCLA. 48-31. It wasn't even that close. Jake Luton had an awesome game. 285, 5 touchdown passes. Artavis Pierce, 119 rushing, a touchdown. Isaiah Hodges, 10 catches, 123, and 3 touchdowns. The defense had 3 sacks. Utah better be careful. Oregon State's offense is really good. Possible upset here, but I'm going to go Utah here. All right, one of the best games of the day, one I can't wait for. Should be a shootout. Should be freaking awesome on the blue turf at Boise State, Hawaii, taking off the ranked Boise State. This is huge, not only for Mountain West, but possibly for the group of 6, because Boise State is the highest ranked group of, or 5 team, I say group of, for the New Year's group of 5 bowl. Boise State is the highest ranked group of 5 team at the moment. If Hawaii beats them, not only does it give everybody behind them chances like SMU and Cincinnati and Memphis to get in, Hawaii then, they might be ranked after this week if they get a win. They're 4-1. If they're 5-1 with a ranked win, they'll probably be ranked too, and positioning themselves for a possible group of 5 game. Huge game here. Hawaii's coming off a bye. Their last game was 54-3 demolishing of Nevada. Cole McDonald, 25-30, 312, 4 touchdown passes. Jason Matthew Sharsh, 9 catches, 123, and a touchdown. Cedric Bird had 3 touchdown catches. They outgained Nevada 5-12 to 203. Defense had 3 sacks, 3 turnovers, a safety, and a block punt for a touchdown. Boise State just killed UNLV 38-13. Hank Bachmeier, 299, 2 touchdowns. They had 2 guys go over 100 yards. Shakir, 7 catches, 111, and a touchdown. John Hightower, 4 catches, 105, and a touchdown. They put up 507 yards. They had 5 sacks in the game. Curtis Weaver not only had 3 of the sacks, he set the Mountain West record. He's 29.5 career sacks, the Mountain West high of all time. This, I cannot wait for. It's on the blue turf. I don't know who to go for. I actually really like both teams. Both teams are 2 of the main reasons why I like college football as much as I do. Watching them back in the early 2000s when Timmy Chang was at Hawaii passing her all over the place, and Ryan Dinwiddie was at Boise State passing it all over the place. And this game, man, this game could go for 7-8 overtime times kind of thing. I don't know who to go with. I guess I'll go Boise State, only because Hawaii does have to travel to the blue turf. Boise State doesn't often lose on blue turf, but Hawaii's really good, man. God, I think this might be an upset. I don't know. I'm kind of rooting for both teams. I want it to be like a 63-60 game. You know what? Screw it. I'll go upset Hawaii. I'll probably still be rooting for Boise, kind of. I don't know. Let's say upset Hawaii. All right, Wyoming and San Diego State. This is another actually really interesting Mountain West game for kind of opposite reasons. Wyoming and San Diego State both are 4-1. Both really good offenses. They pretty much run the ball. Although San Diego State's been kind of weird this year, but they're still winning. Wyoming's coming off a bye. They killed UNLV in their last game, 53-17. Sean Chambers, 5 of 12, not good, but 124 passing, 2 touchdowns, and ran for 102 and 2 touchdowns. Titus Swen ran for 136 and a touchdown. They ran for 374 yards as a team. The defense forced 3 turnovers. San Diego State's coming off a 24-10 win over Colorado State. Ryan Agnew, 16 of 20, 147, 3 touchdowns. Kobe Smith, 7 catches, 101 and 2 touchdowns. The defense had 4 sacks, 4 turnovers, and only allowed 235 yards to Colorado State. Colorado State has a really, really good offense. I had to call out Luke Barku for San Diego State. Not only did he have 3 interceptions, he had him in 3 straight plays. 3 straight defensive plays. He had interceptions in the game. This is going to be a tough game. Possibly low-scoring game. Wyoming's got a pretty good running game, but the passing game is terrible. San Diego State normally has one of the best running games in the country, but they've been weird. But they have a really good defense. I'm gonna go Wyoming here. Actually, I think Wyoming just has a little bit more on offense because both defenses are stout. I think I'll go Wyoming in this one. Close game. And Pac-12 after dark, 11 p.m. Eastern time start. Washington and Arizona. Possible shootout here. Washington's coming off a 20. They were upset by Stanford 23-13. Jacob Eason did not have a good game. 16 of 36, 206, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. They only ran for 88 yards. Aaron Fuller, great game, 9 catches, 171. The defense allowed 482 yards to Stanford. Where the hell did that come from? Whereas Arizona won an awesome shootout against Colorado, 35-30. Khalil Tate passed for 404, 3 touchdowns and a pick. And I had to call it out. Arizona only had 1 penalty in that game, which is huge in a close game like that. I expect this to be a close game as well. Washington's been kind of struggling lately. Khalil Tate, he's one of the best. I still think he's one of the best all-around playmakers in the country. But Washington's got a really good defense, man. God, this is tough. You know what? I'll give it to Arizona. Arizona's been surprising. We'll go Arizona. So those are my picks and previews for the primetime games. Dude, there are so many awesome games all day this day. I hope you guys get to watch every one of them. Like, subscribe, share all this stuff. Leave me comments. Peace.